Coming to summer camp is a highlight adventure in a Scout's life, and good planning before you even get to camp is the difference between a good experience and a great one. For Scouts to feel good about their advancement in camp, they need help in planning what they will do to earn it. Some Scouts will come to camp and sign up for 8 or 10 merit badges, making it impossible for them to achieve their goals. Some of the badges need to be started at home before the Scout arrives at camp. Help your Scouts achieve their goals by working with them before camp begins. You will also need to plan to have all the adults you need at camp. Unit leadership must be 2 deep. It doesn't have to be the same 2 people all week, but you will want to begin your planning as soon as possible. The camp planning timeline presented in this video will help you and your unit committee plan your week at camp and help give your Scouts a great experience. During the fall months, secure your camp reservation by registering for camp at michiganscouting.org and making a $200 site deposit. Make sure to register by December 1st to take advantage of any council camping incentives. In the month of October, work with your Scouts to set up their Scout savings plan. Don't forget that the fall and spring popcorn sale is a great way for your Scouts to earn money for camp. In the months of October and November, determine which adults will be serving as camp leadership. In November, it is vital to start talking to your local Cub Scout packs and their families in the Arrow of Light year. They should know your camp plans, and you should be securing their commitment to camp very soon. While we know getting commitments at this time may be difficult, we are asking you to do your best. Please begin communication with your local Cub Scout packs now, which will assist with your unit planning for more than just summer camp. Remember, commitments for summer camp are due by February 1st. After then, estimates become locked in slots that your unit will need to pay for. Some of our camps have limited capacity. We will continue to add campers to your registration as long as space is available. Please, register your crossover Scouts early to ensure that they have a spot at camp. 6 months prior to camp, December through January, the unit should be working on these planning steps. 1. The Scoutmaster, Unit Committee, and youth leaders should begin reviewing the Camp Leader's Guide. 2. The Senior Patrol Leaders should meet with the Patrol Leaders Council about summer camp plans. 3. The unit should determine its summer financial needs and plans for meeting those needs. 4. The unit should begin working on its transportation plans. 5. The 2 deep leadership plan should be confirmed for when the unit is at camp. 6. The Quartermaster and Unit Committee should determine the unit's equipment needs for camp. 3 months prior to camp, February, March, and April. 1. The unit should secure individual commitments for camp from each Scout's family. Parents of Scouts that have not signed up for camp should be contacted by the unit leadership. 2. An initial per-person payment is due for each camper on or before February 1st. 3. An additional payment will be due for Scout participants only by March 1st. 4. A third payment will be due for Scout participants only by April 1st. Please refer to the camp fees and payment schedule for these amounts. 5. Online merit badge sign-up will open in accordance with the published schedule in late March. Scouts should pick a first and second choice for each block in their schedule in early March. 6. The unit leader should distribute BSA health forms and camper release forms, if applicable, to Scouts so that they have time to get them filled out. 7. The unit should distribute DHHS Central Registry Clearance Request forms to all leaders and parents for submission to the state of Michigan. DHHS registry clearance is required for all adults over the age of 21 attending or visiting camp. 1 to 2 months before departure, May and June. 1. The unit leaders should check on the status of health form completion for all Scouts and leaders attending camp. 2. The unit committee and leaders should schedule a camp workday to make sure all unit gear is ready for camp. 3. The unit leaders should confirm transportation arrangements, including drivers, meet-up and drop-off locations, and departure and anticipated arrival times. 4. A final payment for all Scouts, full-time adults, and part-time adults is due by May 1st. Late fees will be assessed after this date. Please refer to the camp fees and payment schedule for these amounts. 5. Out-of-council units should secure a copy of their council's accident insurance to bring with them to camp. 6. The unit should collect all Michigan DHHS Central Registry clearance letters for any adults attending or visiting camp. Copies of these should be made as they will not be returned to the unit. Please remember that a new DHHS form is required each year and that previous year's letters are no longer valid. 2 weeks before departure. 1. The unit leader should call camp with their final unit counts for youth and adults, including part-time, that will be attending camp. 2. The unit scribe and SPL should complete the camp roster sheet. 3. The unit leader should make sure that all persons attending camp are registered with the unit. Don't forget about your arrow of light crossover youth and adults. 4. The unit leader should check on final transportation and physical arrangements. 5. The unit meeting should consist of inventorying all camp equipment and setting up and inspecting unit tents. 1 week prior to camp. 1. The unit leader, scribe, and SPL should check the camp roster to make sure everything is up to date. 2. All camper BSA health forms and release of camper form for units attending Camp Rotary is required and collected and checked for completion. Copies are made, as necessary, as these will not be returned to the unit. 3. All youth protection certificates and proof of BSA membership are collected for adults attending camp. Please reach out to your camp director if you need any assistance completing items on your camp planning timeline. We are looking forward to seeing you at camp.